boss. What's going on, social media socialites? I hope you guys can hear me okay. Hey, I like that. Y'all like that beat? That beat's nice, right? I like that, guys. If you are watching this for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is E.DeanCole, and I am the CEO of E.DeanCole Financial. We are a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. Let me see if you guys can hear me and if I am coming through loud and clear. Okay. Boom, yeah. Hey, I like that. Y'all like that beat? That beat's nice. Yeah. Y'all can hear me okay, cool. All right, awesome. So, yeah. So if you're watching this for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is E.DeanCole, and I own E.DeanCole Financial. We are a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. And if you are watching this and you're watching this on the replay, whether you're watching it on the replay on Facebook or you're watching it on the replay on YouTube, and you was like, Dean, I wanted to talk to you live when you were on YouTube. Dean, how come I didn't know you were going to be answering questions live and you're going to be doing a cigar review? How come I didn't know? Well, two things. Thing number one, you've seen my videos before and you did not subscribe. Or thing number two, if you did subscribe, you did not hit the bell notification. So everyone that hit the bell notification that is subscribed to me on YouTube, they get the notification, so they're actually able to participate with me live. And so this is, as the title says, is Cigars with the CEO, and we're celebrating 6,000 YouTube subscribers. So thank you so much for that. If you're watching this on the replay, this isn't like anything you've ever seen before. This is very interactive. I don't want you to just look at me. I want you to interact with me. Don't just look at me, but look upon me, okay? So if you're watching this on the replay and you're watching this on Facebook, I want you to tap the thumbs up button for me 5 times. Tap that thumbs up button for me 5 times, okay? Tap it for me 5 times, yes. So we hit 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm so very grateful for you guys for that. And right now, as we do this video, and we hit 6,000 subscribers, wow, we hit 6,000 subscribers 2 days ago. And right now we're at 6,000. Let's see if you can see this. Oh shoot, I put my own video up. So this is live, guys. See if you can see this. So this is my live notification. See, it says I'm live right here. You see my little live notification, but as you can see this right here, 6,110 subscribers. So you see this is the live video, but yet 6,000. So at the time of this celebration, we're at 6,110 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. We've been averaging around 35 subscribers a day, and it's all because of you guys. So if you're watching this right now, I want you to hit that share button, and after you hit that share button, I want you guys to let me know where you shared this. Even if you're watching this on Facebook and you're watching this on the replay, I want you to hit the share button and let me know where you shared it, because that's how we're able to grow, because of people like yourself. So let me go ahead and get ready to add you guys chat in here so that we can see who is all in the building. Give me a moment, guys, while I get everything together. Boom. Boom. There we go. Awesome. So here we go. My name is E.DeanCole, and I own E.DeanCole Financial. We are a consulting firm. We specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. So if you don't know who I am, now you know. If you didn't know, well, you know now. All right, let me get that lower third out of the way, because that is irritating. Bam, there we go. So if you're watching this on the replay, these are actual live. On YouTube, it's hard. Now, when most of the time when we do a YouTube live, and this is kind of us, it's hard for me to kind of get the thing going, the balance going. But when we do a YouTube live before, you could not see the comments. I mean, if you're watching this for the first time. So these are actual live comments that you see right here of people that are watching live. Now, because this is a special cigar with the CEO, not only am I going to answer these questions live, I am actually going to allow you guys to call in and ask me questions live, while I also enjoy this beautiful, look at this thing right here. This is a beautiful very fragrant. This is a Nicaraguan wrapper. This is the size. This is a Presidente size. This is a beautiful Afuente Gran Reserva. So that's what this is. This is a Fuente Gran Reserva. This is a Nicaraguan wrapper, and it has Cuban seeds, and it smells so very good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to toast this bad boy up, and I am going to review this cigar. That's why this is called Cigar with the CEO. I got my chop here. Get a nice V cut. Nice V cut. Fellas, y'all like that V cut? Huh? Y'all like that V cut? Got the V cut going? I'm going to toast up this cigar. We're going to review this cigar, and I answer your questions. We're having conversations. This is Cigar with the CEO. Oh, here's my torch right here, by the way. I had my book right here too. I actually had a my torch, my favorite torch. I lost my favorite torch. I think I lost it when I was in the Bahamas. I think that's where I lost my torch at, in the Bahamas. So I had this rusty, dusty bad boy, and it was, see this? It don't want to work right. So I had to go and get me another torch. See, this got me another torch, so we can toast this bad boy up, and we're going to enjoy this cigar together. And I'm going to answer your questions, and you guys can call in live. Yes, you guys will be able to call in live. So originally I had a radio show, which was Money Making Motivation, and we changed it to a podcast. So I still have that same 800 number. So if you guys remember that 800 number, that's the number that we're going to use for you guys to call in. But let's go ahead and shout everybody out if you guys are watching now. If you're watching this on the replay and you're like, Dean, hurry up and get to the point. This is the point. Sit down, shut up, and learn something and enjoy. So if you're watching this on the replay, I said, why you taking so long? Why are you going to say that to that person? Why are you going to do that? And why this and why that? Shut up. Why are you watching me? And this is live. So if you were live watching me like these people are live, then you'll be able to participate in it. So let's go ahead and see who is all in the building. Let me go ahead and shout some people out. I saw some people that just commented. So let's go ahead and see who is all in the building. And thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, you hear me? You hear me? That's the whining. All right, so let's see who is all in the building. All right, so we have AliExpress is in the building. AliExpress is one of the first people to chime in. AliExpress hit me up with the checking in. Thank you so much, Notification Gang. AliExpress is subscribed. That means that he gets the notification. Tobits is in the building. Tobit Scott says, congratulations, Dean. You deserve it. I appreciate you. Tobias Scott, forgive me. I just ruined your name, Tobias. I said Tobis, but Tobias. I apologize for that, Tobias. All right, we got Big Face Trucker is in the house. What's going on, Big Face Trucker? How are you doing? We got Rakita Usher is in the building. It says good. Pray all is well. Yes, all is well. Thank you so much. We have Mario Caldwell, one of my moderators, is in the building. Hey, Mario. He says, my fellow West Side brothers, how's it going? I know it's kind of late right there. Rakita says, you tried signing up for your course. You're having problems doing so. You spoke with Patricia, and she said you need to sign up online. That is correct, Rakita. That is correct. You spoke with one of my assistants, and she said you must sign up online. That is correct. You must sign up for the course online. That's good stuff. All right. On the check-in from Brooklyn, New York, that is Smooth Forever. Hey, Smooth Forever. How are you doing today, my man? All right. JP is in the building, says, hey JP, how are you doing? We got Trig Wolf is in the building. Congratulations, continued success. Thank you very much, Trig Wolf. I appreciate you. Alexis M is in the building. Thank you guys so much for checking in. So let's go ahead and get into this. I want you guys to go ahead and hit that share button. Let me know where you shared this from. So I want you to hit that share button right now. Hit the share button. Let's see how many people are watching. And how many people are watching. So I want you to hit the share button and hit the like button. So I got a thumbs down already. Thank you so much for that troll that gave me a thumbs down. So far we have 30 watching, and we only have 9 thumbs up. So as we get ready to toast this up, let's get those thumbs up to match. We have 30. So I want you guys to hit the share button, share this on YouTube, share this on, share it with a friend. I want you to text it to somebody, share it, as well as I want you to share this on Twitter and hit that like button. Let YouTube know that you like this information while I get ready to toast up this nice stick, this beautiful Presidente. And we're going to be celebrating, and I'm going to answer your questions live on the air. And yes, this is live, guys. This is not pre-recorded. If you're watching this on Facebook, then unfortunately this is the replay. Beautiful torch, beautiful cherry. Very smooth. As I get into this, the draw is a bit tight. It's a bit tight on this. So that means I'm going to need to loosen this up a little bit as we get into this. So let's go ahead and hit that like button. If you liked it, I want you to tell me that you liked it, and I want you to share it as well. Let's see. Let's see who's all participating with me. Only 17 likes? Come on with the games, man. Only 17 likes? That's terrible. 17 likes? When we get to at least 25 likes, because I get it, people watching. They don't want to like me, you know what I'm saying? They want to hate, they want to troll. But once we get to 25 likes, that's when I'm going to start answering questions. I see you guys are already asking some questions right now. I'm going to open it up, and priority are going to be the people that call in. But I'm going to open the phone lines up when we get to 25 likes. Okay, so once we get to 25 likes, then I'm going to go ahead and open up this so you guys can hear me okay. Listen, Candice dandy, but liquor's quicker. Very nice smoke, guys. I'm really enjoying this. It pulls very well. Just have to loosen up the neck a little bit. It's pulling very well. I like how the end had that nipple at the end. It's toasting pretty well. It's doing very good. It's very smooth. This is a very smooth stick. You can tell that it has a Nicaraguan wrapper. The Connecticut wrappers have a little more of a tartness to it, but this is extremely smooth. This will be nice with a nice cappuccino. Real nice stick. So let's see where we are if I'm able to start taking some phone calls. Let's see if we're able to take some phone calls. Let's see how many people we got watching. We have 34 people watching. That's good. So that means that you guys shared it. So everyone that's coming in, I want you to hit that share button right now. And we have 25. Boom. There we go. We have 25. So listen, you guys can give me a call right now, and I'm going to answer your question live. Call 855-756-6639. That is 855-75-MONEY. That is 855-75-MONEY. And if you hear some noise in the background, that's because I'm in my office and I have my window open so that I don't stick up my office with my cigar. So I have my window open. So yes, call in. It is 855-756-6639. That is 855-756-6639. Call in and I'll answer your questions live. And I'm going to start off with the live callers. Before I go to the, oh shoot, I got missed call. There we go. All right, somebody calling from Tennessee. Let's see who's calling from Tennessee. Hey, caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
This is Will. I'm calling from Memphis, Tennessee.
Hey, Will, how you feeling, my man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And yourself?
I am winning, my man. I am excited about these 6,000 subscribers. But right now we're at 6,100 and some change. Will, you're enrolled into my course, right? Because we were just talking in the we were just talking now. So if you guys are watching this and you are not my client, so I do a every Tuesday and Thursday, I do a live Q&A that's set aside specifically for clients that are enrolled into my course, DCFI. And I was actually, Will was just in the Q&A that we were doing on Facebook. So how you feel? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, man. Ever since I found out about you through Justin.
Okay, yeah, Chasing Andrew Jackson. Justin is a good guy.
It's been a blessing.
That's good.
Yeah, Chasing Andrew Jackson. Yes, sir. But, you know, I just need your help on the website, on the webpage.
Okay, definitely.
On the C panel.
Okay.
I just need that. And I had another, just a C panel. I need to use a password.
Okay.
Set that up. That's right. But let me ask you.
Yes, sir.
If you don't have the website, it seems like it's one of the most important parts.
Yes.
If you don't have the website, most likely when you apply for things, it won't work, even if you have the virtual address.
That's correct. And let me tell you the reason why. That's correct, Will. That's a very good question, and you're correct. And let me tell you the reason why. The reason why, Will, is because there's something that's called automatic underwriting. All right? When you go to the bank and you go to the lender, it's not like it used to be back in the day. You got to think about it. These banks, these lenders, they get thousands and thousands of applications in a day. My goal, I had a quota, a minimum criteria when I was working for the banks. My minimum quota before I made any commission was I needed to have 20 applications done, myself personally as a loan officer. So that meant that whenever we get a file, we submit it through what's called AUS, which stands for Automatic Underwriting System. And in that automatic underwriting, that's when your website comes into play, your address comes into play, because what happens is that the technology, it crawls over the web and crawls over public record. And if you don't show up, then you're going to be red flagged, and then it's going to need to do a manual underwriting. So to answer your question, so Will, that's the reason why the website is very important. That's why in the course, we give you your website for free. And that's what you're saying. You need your cPanel information. And I'm going to make sure Brandy, I spoke with her right before I went live on YouTube, and Brandy is on top of it right now.
Well, just one last thing. Thanks for all the
yes, sir.
work that you put in. I tell everybody that I know that I'm going to say, I tell them, you are definitely going to be the next black Robert Kiyosaki.
You said I'm the next black who?
Thank you. Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki. I'm the next black Robert Kiyosaki. Okay.
They better get on you while they can. They better get on you while you're getting your pass.
Yes, they can. And so, yeah, and I'm going to talk about it. Now, I'll talk about it a little bit here, but I'm not going to talk about all of the information we talked about in the private group. Like, for instance, the individuals that course has come up for renewal. You know, some people were upset, like, why I got to pay more? And I was like, well, that was the launch price. But even their renewal, they get at a discounted price. But that is very true, Will. I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate the support, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but so to answer your question, Will, yes, it's very important. That website is very important. The reason why that website is so very important, Will, is because, like I said, and in the course, I show you how to get in the automatic underwriting engine, because sometimes people have websites and they're not in there. But in the course, after you have your website, the section called SEO for credit approvals, I show you exactly where to go so that you're forced into that automatic underwriting engine, which makes automatic approvals easy. So guys, give me a call. That was Will in Tennessee. That was a very good call. So give me a call. I'm answering your questions live, guys, on YouTube. Give me a call, 855-756-6639. That is 855-756-6639. We are celebrating 6,000 YouTube subscribers, and I'm excited about that. And if you're watching this for the first time and you're not a subscriber, I want you to subscribe. hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on the replay, if somebody shared this with you, if somebody texted it to you, I want you to hit that subscribe button so that you can subscribe. We got some new people that just joined us. Let's see here. Who else just joined us? Okay. So right now we're up to, all right, let's get some more thumbs up. Let's get some more likes. Don't just look at me. Don't just look upon me, but look at me. We got Anatelli D is in the building. Hey, Anatelli, how are you doing today? I think that's how you pronounce that. Anatelli says good information. Big Face Trucker says shared to the number on my. Okay, someone just enrolled into the course. Thank you so much for enrolling into the course. You guys will hear the notifications that I get. I get whenever I'm not in my office, in my home office, or in my office at my office, I get a notification on my phone, and I also get notifications in all three places. So someone just enrolled. I'm actually going to shout them out to see who just enrolled into the course. Wild Express just chimed in. So Big Face Trucker said he shared this to the mother of your child. That's what I'm talking about. Big Face Trucker, share it with your baby mama. Let your baby mama be great. You know what I'm saying? Let your baby mama get on her feet like Gucci Mane and Keisha Kior. Y'all gonna be the next power couple in this thing. That's good stuff. Let's see who it was that just enrolled into the course. See if they're watching live, and I can shout them out. Thank you so much for enrolling. You will be receiving email notification giving you instructions to enroll into the course. That was Salim. Is that Wally Salim? W-A-L-I? Wally Salim. Wally Salim has enrolled into the course. So if you're watching this on the replay on Facebook, I want you to tap that heart button. Tap the heart button 5 times for Wally Salim. He enrolled live while we're celebrating 6,000 subscribers. And I know some people are shy. They don't want to call in, which is kind of weird because I'm just a regular old guy. But you can call 855-756 6639. That's 855-756-6639. And I will put you live on YouTube where I'm answering your questions because we have Canada calling. I know who this is, calling from Canada. Let me see if this is my man. What's going on? Is this Rick?
No, Dean, this is Ray David.
What's going on, Ray? How you feeling, my man? I saw that Canada. I knew it was you, man.
Yeah, that's me. Hey, I just don't want to go on time. I've been watching you. I've been researching you. You speak the truth.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job. I listened. I had a real good information there that you brought up about applying with credit, and you only had a landline or you only had a cell phone.
Yes, sir.
How that can hurt your credit.
Yes, sir.
I found that very interesting. I found and I am looking forward to your book, sir.
Thank you so much, Ray. Ray, I appreciate you.
I will be driving down to Washington State to place my order at Kohl's or whatever it is.
Okay. Ray, I'm actually going to be in New York on New Year's Eve. I'll be close to you, so I have a speaking engagement New Year's Eve.
I'm on the West Coast. I'm just above Seattle. I'm in Vancouver.
So you're way on the other side of Canada. Okay.
On the other side. But I'll let you go. I love your content. Support you, and I can't wait to get that book. I really can't wait.
Thank you so much, Ray. I appreciate your support, my man.
All right, I'm gonna get back to Washington.
All right, thanks so much, Ray. You have a good one. Guys, thank you so much for your support. Ray David is a trucker. He is building his business, and he's in Canada, and he is a great supporter. And guess what? He is Caucasian. He's not black. So people always say, Dean, all you help are black people. No, not at all. Not by any stretch of the imagination. You guys got to understand, I am a regular human being. So the things that I do socially and the things I do economically are two separate things. So I teach and I empower and I speak and I am an educator and I'm an orator to the African American community. At the same time, as a business consultant, as an entrepreneur, I'm going to help anybody that wants to be helped. All right, somebody calling from Atlanta. Let's see who's calling in. Hey, caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Dean. My name is Crystal, and I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, Crystal, how are you doing? You made me cough, girl.
Yeah.
I am winning, Crystal. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for giving me a call. Is this your first time checking me out?
This is, well, this is not my first time. I am enrolled online. I'm
Okay.
the one that asked you to let me in a Facebook group today.
Okay, yes. And I let you in. Did you catch the live Q&A today?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you see the live Q&As in the Facebook group are a lot different from what you experience on YouTube, isn't it?
Right, it definitely is.
It's a lot, and I'm a lot more raw. I'm a lot more real, transparent, and I give out a lot more information. So I'm glad. Well, welcome to the course. Thank you for enrolling, and welcome to your first live Q&A in the Facebook group. And you actually caught my first live cigar with the CEO. So this is a first all around, Crystal. This is the first all around. I know, right?
I know. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am. So what question do you have for me?
Okay, so my current question that I have is, I currently have an LLC registered that I had before I actually came across your course. So my name is Crystal Clear Real Estate Investment. All before I found out that that's really not a good name. So I have currently one investment property.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Fellas, listen, y'all got to catch up. Hold on. Pause for a moment. Fellas, y'all better catch up. Crystal already got her investment property. Crystal, are you married? Are you single? Are you looking? Or are you being by yourself? What's your situation?
I'm single.
Fellas, listen. You got to come to the table. Listen. Crystal already got an investment property. She got an LLC. She's furthering herself. Listen, Crystal, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, fellas, y'all got to catch up. But okay. All right, Crystal, go ahead.
Okay, so the property is currently in my personal name.
Okay.
But I'm trying to build my business so I can get funding out of my business. That name actually has a Capital One card.
Okay.
But no bank account. And I registered in 2016.
Okay.
I use my personal address, personal phone number, everything before, like I said, I stumbled across your course. So my current question is, should I keep that as a business and keep it rolling, and then maybe put a property under that name, and then register a separate LLC to get funding, or should I just change or make modifications to the business I currently have?
That's a very good question. So a couple of things. I have a couple questions for you. So question number one is, how much did you purchase the property for?
40.
Ooh, good stuff. In Atlanta? Where is it at?
No, it's in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Okay, that's good. You know, Philly had a really good boom. Is it a multifamily complex? A multifamily dwelling?
Yes, it is.
Listen, Philly had a huge boom. Pittsburgh, that whole northeast area had a huge boom for duplexes, triplexes, apartment complexes. So that's good stuff, Crystal. So spot on. Congratulations to you for that. So you got it for 40. So 9 times out of 10 right now, is it appraising for what, 75 or 100? What is it appraising for?
No. It's only appraising for like 56.
56? Okay. All right. How long have you owned the property?
It needs a lot of work.
Needs a lot of work? Okay.
It needs a lot of work. I have
Okay.
had the property for a year, a little over a year.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right, cool. Congratulations on that.
A little over.
All right, so my advice to you, Crystal, would be to do this. I'm gonna give you the professional advice, and then I'm gonna give you my advice as a consultant. Okay. So the professional business standard advice is that what I would suggest that you do is change the name of your business. You said what is it again? It's Crystal what?
It's Crystal Clear Real Estate Investment.
Okay, I would change it from Crystal Clear Real Estate Investments to Crystal Clear Services, or Crystal Clear Solutions, or Crystal Clear Enterprises, or Crystal Clear Holding, or Crystal Clear and Company. Something along those lines. I would suggest that you update and take out real estate investing, because real estate investing is a red flag. It's high risk, and so because it's high risk, you're going to run into a lot of red flags, which is why when you did that Capital One, they made you actually be a personal guarantee, and the Capital One is 100% affecting your personal, not necessarily affecting your business. So That's what I would suggest that you do. Change it from Crystal Clear Real Estate Investing to Crystal Clear RS Real Estate Investing RIS Solutions. So that way it can keep a lot of the same energy. Crystal Clear RIS Solutions, so you know that it stands for Crystal Clear Real Estate Investment Services. That's what I would do. So that's the first thing. The second thing is go through when you because you're newly enrolled into the course. When you go into the course, I show you how you're able to update your information with the Secretary of State and update all of the information. You have to update everything, and you have to pay to update. I think it's only $25 a year in Atlanta, right? All right, so yeah, it's only like $25 for you to pay to update with the correct address, the new business name, all of that information, the registered agent information, all of that needs to be updated all the same way. Once you do that, then I would suggest that you continue to build on what you already have. Now, that is already attached to your personal. That's okay. I can show you how to take it out of your personal and have 100% funding in your business name. Now, what you will be able to do, because you already have a Capital One with it, that's good because you did a shortcut and you already are at Tier 3 funding. So let's talk about that a little bit more, Crystal. What is your current FICO right now?
690.
Perfect, 690. So fellas, listen. This young lady got a multi-family dwelling. She single. She sound cute. She in Atlanta, Georgia. Listen, fellas, y'all need to get y'all stuff together. She got a 690 score. Listen, you just ain't gonna have no gray sweatpants and some waves to get a young lady like this to talk to you. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't lying. Am I lying, Crystal? They got to come to the table with something, don't they?
That's right. That's right.
That's right. You got to come to the table with something. So I said all of that to say this. So the cool thing about it, Crystal, is that there are some lenders that we work with. Their underwriting requirements is that you have a 680. That doesn't mean that they're going to attach it to your personal credit. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Right. Yeah.
All right, so for people to help you guys understand, it's like this. If you try to prime example, Crystal is at a upscale lounge. You want to meet Crystal. In order to get into the lounge, you have to have on business attire. You can't have on sweatpants and Jordan say, "Hey, I want to get into the club." That's the club requirements, okay? That's how lenders are as well. They have what's called underwriting requirements. They're not letting you in because you're black. They're not letting you in because you're a felon. They're not letting you in because you are even from not in the U.S. They're not letting you in because you have on sweatpants and a t-shirt. That's how lenders are. So a lot of times when people say, "Oh, you can't get funding as a black person," that's not true. Or they say, "You can't get funding as a woman," that's not true. Or they'll say, "You can't get funding as an immigrant," that's not true. You can if you have on the right attire, you have on the right dress clothes. So I said all of that to say that there are some lenders where one of their underwriting requirement is that you have a 680 FICO. If you have a 680 FICO, that means that in their eyes you are lendable, and they will lend you funds in your business name, will not attach it to your personal credit at all. They just want you to have a 680. So that being said, you are right there at the Tier 3 level. My advice to you, Crystal, is we need to build up the new Crystal Clear RSI. You need to make sure that you have an 80 PAYDEX, and we need to make sure that your IntelliScore is showing up with a $2,500 limit or higher. What is your Capital One card right now?
3,000.
Perfect. Perfect. So what we need to do is we need to get your Capital One to start reporting to Dun & Bradstreet and to Experian Business. And I teach you how to do that in the course. So you're going a little backwards, and it's okay. Every section of the course, it shows you how to do something from scratch, and then it also shows you how to repair what you did inaccurate or what you didn't do the proper way. So that being said, Crystal, that's what I suggest you do. I mean, congratulations, great job. So what I suggest that you do is continue on the right, you're on the right path. Change the business name to something that is universal. Update all of your information with the Secretary of State. Then start rebranding yourself with that correct updated information. You're going to call Capital One. Give Capital One your new business name, okay? You have to give Capital One your new business name, and they're going to ask for proof. And when the proof that you're going to give them are your articles of organization, when you update them through the Secretary of State. You follow me? Once you do that, then you continue to build. Now, that is my industry advice. Now, let me give you my advice as E.DeanCole. You have a classmate that's enrolled into the course. He is a professor at one of the HBCUs here in Atlanta. His wife is an accountant. He's a real estate developer. He's a real estate investor, and he is enrolled into the course just like you are. And what he does, the only reason why he's enrolled into the course really is that he likes my live Q&As because he's been a millionaire for a long time. I actually, before I started doing the course, I was doing some consulting with him, and he said he just thinks it's funny. He likes it. But anyway, I said all of that to say this. He has, I believe, if memory serves me correct, I have to double check. I think he has 30 LLCs right now. The reason why he has 30 LLCs is because he has 30 different properties. And every single one of his business is a LLC. That means he has 30 checking accounts. He has 30, and now it's good for him because his wife is an accountant. So he don't have to pay for those things. But
well, I mean, that's a good part about me too, because I'm an accountant as well.
Oh, and she's an accountant, fellas. Y'all listen, she's an accountant. She has real estate property already. She has a 690 score. Y'all listen, y'all need to jump on. Listen, y'all need to get y'all stuff together. Y'all need to get y'all stuff together. Crystal is the best thing out here smoking. She is at the reason why Atlanta is as great as it is. So, said all of that to say this. So you understand what I'm saying when it comes to being able to divide everything for tax purposes. Now, I'm going to teach a little bit on this. So everybody knows about Kanika Jenkins, and I talked about this in the private Facebook group a little bit, but let me explain the reality of it. If Kanika Jenkins' mother, if Kanika Jenkins was my cousin, if her mom was my auntie or somebody, I'd be like, auntie, we need to have 3 different lawsuits, all for $100 million. I will sue the hotel. I will sue the manufacturers that made the freezer that she died in. I would sue the contractors that put in the freezer that she died in. So what happens is that when you have a LLC or you have a company, a lot of people want to get S corps and they want to get INCs, which are cool. They're sexy. You get the best tax credit, but a LLC stands for limited liability company, so that in situations like lawsuits, you have a limited liability. So let me tell you the mistake that a lot of people make. A lot of people might make the mistake where they'll build up the Crystal Clear RSI. And under Crystal Clear RSI, let's say they have 15 properties. God forbid, Crystal, God forbid, somebody passes away the same way Kanika Jenkins did, that's an accidental death, right? In one of your properties. Because everything is under the same LLC, what will happen is that any attorney worth their weight in salt is going to pierce the corporate veil. They're going to give you what's called charging orders, and then they're going to come after all of those other properties because they're under the same entity. Does that make sense?
Right.
So by you having separate properties and having separate limited liability companies, so like my client, he has like it's be like 1839 Memorial Drive LLC, and then it'll be 4582 Peachtree Road LLC. He has 6259 Prosperity Lane Incorporated. You see what I'm saying? So every one of his businesses, the address is the actual name of the business. So that way it helps his wife keeps track of everything. And then also too, each one of these businesses has its own lines of credit. Now this is the cool thing about it, is that once you're able to build business credit, you now have access to actual real collateral. So Crystal Clear RSI now has $50,000 worth of assets, $53,000 worth of assets. So you're actually able to leverage that with some lenders to actually double and triple that without even touching your asset and touching your property. So that's a cool thing about real estate investing, and then making each property have its own LLC, because now you're going to quadruple your leverage when it comes to business credit. So my advice would be to build RSI up. Let's say you get $20,000, $30,000. You take that $20,000, $30,000 from RSI, go out and buy another property cash. When you buy that property cash, don't put it in RSI's name. I will put it into Bad and Bougie corporation, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I make another, or let's say it's the property is Memorial Drive. That I just love that 5559 Memorial Drive. So then you put it in that business name. So then you take that, build up that business credit. You can choose which resource you want to pull from. You have another line of credit, another $30,000. You do the exact same thing. But remember, when you close, you don't put it in any of those other two properties' name. You put it in another one and build that up, and so on and so forth. That's what I would suggest.
Okay. So I guess once I get the name changed, then I should put the property that I currently have under that name.
Yes. So this is some other information. Now, I am only doing this because we are at 6,000 subscribers. So I am doing real consultations live. So let me tell you what you would do. You're going to do what's called a FIFA. You're going to do what's called a quit claim deed, QUIT. A lot of people call it quick claim, but it's a quit claim, QUIT claim deed. You're going to do a quit claim deed. And when you do the quit claim deed, you're actually going to put crystal clear RSI as a now owner of the property. So let's say, for instance, God forbid, Crystal fall in love with some thug, nappy-headed Negro that ain't got nothing. She love him. She love his dirty draws. She fix it on the big plate of chicken and everything. She just love him. She just love him. This Negro ain't got nothing. They want to go buy a big, beautiful house in Buckhead or on the south side of town. He ain't got no credit. He ain't got nothing. But she love him. So at the closing table, you're going to have a deed. Crystal has the credit. She has the income. But she's like, I believe that the husband's supposed to be the head of the house. And I want the house to be in both of our names. So he doesn't have any liability, but you're actually able to add him to your deed. So God forbid, if anything were to happen to you, he instantly automatically has ownership of that property without having to go through probate. So the same way you're able to do that for a marriage, you're able to have multiple people on the deed or the title of the home, but the obligation can be in one person's name. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you'll see a lot of older people, they'll put like millions of dollars in their cat's name. Like, your cat ain't gonna be able to do anything with that. But that's all the inheritance that they have. Or they'll will it over to like a children's hospital or to an orphanage. They all do that with deed transfers. Now, and when you do this, it is going to cost you some money, Crystal. You'll have to do a title search. You're going to have to pay attorney fees. It's going to cost, but it's worth it. Because once you do that, then you're now able to use your business credit, and now this entity now has controlling interest over the property versus Crystal, the person. I hope I answered your question.
Yep, I did.
So, how are you liking everything? So, today was a day of first for you. You just enrolled into the course. How are you liking everything?
No, I enrolled last week.
Oh, you enrolled last week, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm on like the third.
The third lesson?
I think so. I think I'm on like the third lesson.
Okay. So how are you liking things so far?
I mean, it's going pretty good. It's giving me good information that, like I said, I didn't know before.
That's good.
I'm just working my way through.
Okay, awesome. Well, Crystal, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being enrolled into the course. Thank you for being great. And thank you for being about your business and not waiting for anybody to be great, but you being great as a virtuous woman. Come on, Proverbs. Y'all ain't happy. Proverbs 31. Thank you so much, Crystal, and I appreciate you. You have a good day.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye. Guys, Crystal is on it, and you guys can be on it too. And that's one of the things that I'm so glad that she called, because a lot of times I'll get that. People will say, well, Dean, do I need your course? I already have this. Listen, Crystal already has an LLC. She already has a credit card, and she already has property, but she kept running into brick walls. And I did a video where I said, I would say 75% of what I do as a consultant is cleanup work. Unfortunately, in the African-American community, and I say that because Crystal's an African-American woman, but in our community specifically, we're educated by uneducated people. And because we're educated by uneducated people, The number one best-selling book of all time says that it says that there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. There's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. That's what it's like a lot of times when we try to guess our way with entrepreneurship. And that's kind of what it's like when you try to guess your way through life. And that's the reason why I created my course, because everybody cannot afford $150 an hour to consult or $250 in person. But, you know, they can't afford $100 to invest into themselves. They can't afford to take the courses. They can't afford to be patient to do live Q&As. They can't afford to do these things, and they invest into themselves. And so this is what I say to you. So when you guys call the office and you say, well, I already got this, I already have that, ask yourself this. Can you get funding right now? If you can't get funding right now, you have two options. One, do you want to do an hour consultation? I would love to do an hour consultation with you. If that's not an option with you, and you know you're going to need more than just an hour consultation, then enroll into the course. Chew the meat and spit out the bone. Every single section in my course has a section if you're starting from scratch, and if you're repairing. So every single section, you're going to learn something. This young lady has a 690 credit score. She already has property. She already has a business credit card with $3,000, and she said she's already learning. So if you're not as established as she is, then you need to enroll into the course if you have these questions. But if you don't have these questions, then you're fine. So I am taking your questions live. Give me a call. I know it's late. 855-756-6639. That's 855-75-MONEY. That's 855-75-MONEY. Give me a call and I'm taking your question. I'm answering your questions live on the air. 855-756-6639. So let's see who that was that enrolled into the course. That was that was Wally Salim. So Wally, you should have received an email. Now Wally, you need to check your spam folder, okay? So check your spam folder for executive office. Sometimes people what they do is they search for E.DeanCole or E.DeanCole Financial. No, the email is coming from executive office. So check executive office if you don't see your instructions to redeem your voucher and enroll into the course. All right, so I am taking your questions live. Let's see how many people are watching us, and let's see how many likes, and let's read some of these comments. So we had some other good people calling. So once again, I just talked to a Caucasian gentleman in Canada. And then I just talked to a black queen in Atlanta. It does not matter your ethnos. I help anybody that wants to be helped. It does not matter. So a lot of times, because somebody asks, Dean, all you do is talk about black people. That's because I'm black. But that's my social standings. That has absolutely nothing to do with my business. Yeah, they tell you, well, Dean, your book is called Black Owned. Yeah, this is the newest book that's out. Yeah, my newest book is not out yet. It's coming out. This is the rough draft of it. I have to do the final proof of it. But let me show you guys. They're like, it's half of the chapters are not even in here. But as you see right here, this is the proof of it. This is the proof. I got to do the proof of it and add some more to it. But this will be out the top of the year. But so yeah, it doesn't matter your religious background. It doesn't matter your ethnos. It does not matter your sexual proclivity. It does not matter. I have people that are transgender that are in my course. I have people that are homosexual in my course. I have people that are heterosexual in my course. I have people that, like the gentleman that just enrolled into my course, I don't want to be stereotypical, but it seemed like he's an Indian gentleman based on his name. So give us a call. We got somebody calling from Texas in the building. Let's see who's calling from Texas. Hey caller, what's your name and where you calling from? Hey caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name's Demarcus. I'm calling from on the road.
What's going on, Demarcus? You OTR, you on the road. You riding heavy. you riding heavy.
I headed to Illinois.
Okay. That's good stuff. You headed to Illinois. Awesome. Well, man, thanks so much for watching, man. So how long have you, is this your first time watching me? Is this your first time ever participating in a live Q&A?
I've been enrolled for about I want to say probably about 4 months.
You've been
learning a lot.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
I had a good question. I'm
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to say how you feel about the lease purchase, not like the company side, but it's like from a financial standpoint.
That's a very good question. Hold on for a moment. I think lease purchases are awesome. Let me tell you the reason why I think lease purchasing is awesome. Because lease purchasing allows you to start your own business, be your own boss, without having the best business credit or without having the best credit. A lot of times when you do a lease purchase, and all you got to remember, you got to pay to play, right? Got to pay to play. So this is what I say to people when they say, "Well, I don't want to do no lease purchase because it's too expensive." So let's do the math. If you driving company right now for somebody, how much money do you bring in at the end of the month or the end of the week? All right. If you drive a company, let's say you might bring in maybe $700 driving company for somebody. Well, let's say for instance, if you do a lease purchase, and now at the end of the day, instead of you bringing home $700, you'll be able to bring home $1,300 after you pay your lease, after you pay everything. So my question to you then, is it worth it?
Hello?
Yes. My question, yes, I can hear you. So my question to you then, is it worth it? If you're able to make an extra $500 per week by being able to step out on faith, yeah, it's going to cost a little more. But if you're able to make an extra $500 per week and you're your own boss and you're able to really grow and build your business credit, then is it worth it for you then? Because even though there's more exposure, then you'll still be able to build your business and get more money now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it definitely does.
So that's how I look at it. So what I do is a lot of times I think what makes people good at consulting is they have to cut through the BS. A lot of times people are using hypotheticals. Fantasy is what we want, but reality is what we need. I've seen people, because I'm a part of a lot of CDL and trucking Facebook groups, because I own a truck and some change. And what happens is that people will say things like, "Oh, well, I would do this and I would do that," and it's not even an option for them. You understand what I'm saying? It's not even a reality. So some of these people say stuff like, "I never lease a truck." They have a 500 credit score. They don't really have anything established, and they're driving company making somebody else rich, and they don't even have the ability to go to a lender to buy a truck flat out. So it's not even an option for them. So they're just talking hypotheticals. It's kind of like somebody that's a quarterback, armchair quarterback. They saying what they would do if they was a quarterback, but they're not the quarterback. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? It's a lot of barbershop talk. So that being said, because it's a lot of barbershop talk, when the reality really comes in, you have to think about it. At the end of the day, it's business. Scared money don't make no money. The mistake that a lot of people make, especially in the trucking industry, is that they don't understand, and I get it. Listen, there's a lot of things that I don't get and I don't understand as well. But I do understand money. I always know 5 times 5 is going to be 25. I know that much. So that being said, like I tell people all the time, I have absolutely no idea when it comes to picking loads. I don't pick loads. I don't do no pre-trip. I don't do none of that stuff. I ain't got to worry about DOT on the actual workings of it. All I do is worry about making sure that the truck and everything is together. But as far as the inner work, there's stuff that I don't know. So what you do is you educate yourself so you do know. And so what I tell people this, if there is an opportunity for me to bring in, me and my partners was looking at an opportunity for us to bring in $10,000 a week. $10,000 a week gross, after we took out the fuel, after we took out the insurance, after we took out the cost for the truck. The net of that is still like $3,000 out of all of the expenses. These are rough numbers, and this is off of memory. So in that case, it's worth it. So that's my thought of it. Yes, it does depend on where you're leasing it from, because a lot of these places that they leasing a piece of junk, and they a lot of places are leasing a piece of junk, and also a lot of places are predatory. So I have a relationship with Freightliner, with a lender that one of Freightliner's lender, and you can get a 2018 Freightliner for around $800 a week. Brand new truck, under warranty, 2018, $800 a week. If your business is set up the proper way and you're able to come to the table with the down payment. If you're able to do that, and this is a cool thing about it too. So say for instance, you don't have, say if you have, you've been in business the proper way, you don't have the money to put down, what you could do is build your business credit and put your down payment on a business credit card. It's all about leverage. Say that again now. Ask me that again. Okay, awesome. Yep, so it gives you plenty of times. All for this lender, if memory serves me correct, you need to be in business for at least 6 months, and you have to be structured. You have to show up in the underwriting engine. You have to have your 80 paydex, and you have to have your IntelliScore. Once you have those things and you've been in business for at least 6 months, and you have the down payment, then this lender will give you a brand new truck.
So I would not be able to build the paydex score, but I mean actually with the truck and stuff.
That's a very good question. You build your 80 paydex with starter accounts. So it's you just. Yes, that's a very good question. So there are different levels to building business credit. Let me give you an example. Do you know anything about construction? You know anything about building houses?
I can kind of go. I know about that, shingles and stuff like that.
Okay, so let's say for this. Let's say for instance.
For sure.
Yeah, so let's say for instance this. Building business credit. That's why they say it's building. It's not getting, it's actually building. So what I mean by that is you have to first make sure that you have an even foundation. You have to make sure you have an even foundation. I went and looked at this beautiful house for Camp Creek Parkway, and it had a basement. In the basement, it was a, you saw that? Yeah, man. I'm mad that somebody beat me to it, but it is what it is. The basement had a concrete slab. It was a concrete slab on the basement. Now, and then if you look at that video, you can see the beams. The basement needed to be built before the first level can be built. And when the first level was built, they took the beams up, then they built the second level. Then after they built the second level, they took it up, then they put the roof on. I'm not talking about any walls, I'm not talking about any drywall, I'm not talking about any sheetrock, I'm not talking about any electrical, I'm just talking about the beams. So I said all of that is that you have to do that first before you start adding the other things on. That's why it's called building business credit. So you have to do the exact same thing with your business. So even though you're driving company for somebody else, it's okay. Like, you know how people say you got a 9 to 5 and a 6 to 10? Like you got a part-time job? Like a part-time hustle? Okay. So that's cool. All right. All right, so if you're getting paid $10.99, then you're already your own boss. So what you need to do is just make sure that you continue to go through the steps, set up your foundation, and then you can get business credit. You don't have to get funding. The first tiers, the first 3 tiers of business credit, you build those and you don't verify any income when you go through the places I tell you to go through. So when you follow the steps in the course, you don't have to show your income when you're starting off by building your paydex. You're able to get up to $5,000 credit cards. You can get up to $25,000, $50,000 without having to verify any income when you build it the proper way. But you cannot start trying to put roof on a house and you haven't even got the second floor together. And that's a mistake that a lot of people make, because like I just said to the young lady, that a lot of times we're educated by uneducated people. And it's okay. Like, I'm uneducated. There's a lot of things I'm uneducated about. And that's okay. And that's not a dig at anybody. That's not an insult. That's just a fact of life. There's a lot of things I don't know crap about. I'm uneducated about that thing. It doesn't mean that I'm a stupid person. It doesn't mean that I'm retarded. It means that particular thing I'm uneducated about. I have clients that are millionaires. I have clients that are doctors. I have clients that are lawyers, and they're uneducated about business development. And I just teach them about that one thing that they're uneducated about. And so I said all of that to say that, yes, you're able to go through. Don't be afraid. Go through. Apply for those starter accounts. Apply for those starter vendors. Get up to that tier, to that level of where you are. And then it'll catch up to you. You'll have the 6 months in. You will have the 80 paydex. You will have your IntelliScore. You will have about $20,000 worth of working capital, as well as you will have about another $20,000 of lines of credit that you can go to particular places to get funding, and you'll be able to get ready to move into your truck.
Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right, one more question.
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
How you feel about me doing my switching my social security number with my EIN?
Yep. So this is what I suggest. Who are you driving? Well, you ain't got to tell me who you're driving for. But what I suggest that you do is get a new EIN. The EIN that you get. Say that again now.
I think you said something about I needed the lease, but you said I didn't really need the lease.
Yeah.
I got an anonymous LLC, so.
Yeah. So because you have anonymous LLC, no, you don't have to use a lease. There are 3 other different resources that you're able to use besides that. So you can. So I would suggest that you use your EIN, your articles of organization, and then use your business telephone number. Those are the 3 that I suggest that you use. So for individuals, now I'm talking. The last one is your business phone bill. Yep, through Freedom Voice. Now, you guys, I'm not going to teach on this publicly, because that he's talking about stuff that's in the course on how you're able to get your DUNS number in 24 hours and how you're able to get it for free when you have an anonymous LLC. So you need to provide 3 types of documentation. The 3 that I would suggest that you do is your EIN, your articles of organization, as well as your EIN, your articles of organization, and then your business telephone number, and then you'll be fine. You don't need to do your lease agreement.
Okay, and for the Freedom Voice, I can just log on and print that information up, right?
Yep, you can log on and print out your bill.
Okay, and then get the notarize and send that off.
Yep, get that and send it off, and then you'll be good to go.
Okay. Appreciate it, Dan, man. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, man. I thank you so much for being enrolled into the course. Thank you for being a YouTube subscriber. Thank you so much for your support, man. Make sure that you share and that you like the information, man. I really appreciate you. Guys, I am answering your questions live on YouTube. We are celebrating 6,000 subscribers. I was in the process, before that call came in, I was in the process of checking to see our stats, to see where we were. And your questions. I'm going to get to your questions that you guys are asking right here. I'm going to get to these questions in a second, but I'm giving priority to the people that call in, because this is a special situation. Because I do this Q&A I do all the time. I do those all the time, but this is special. 6,000 subscribers. I am doing consultations for free. Give me a call, 855-75-MONEY. That's 855-756-6639. And I'm answering your questions live right now. When I was in the process of, give me a second, let's see what we looking like, guys. Let's check in and see what we looking like. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, if you're watching this again and you don't know who I am, like I said, my name is E.DeanCole, and I own E.DeanCole Financial. We are a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. Business credit development has taken a forefront in what it is that we do, because we're teaching people how to get established properly in business. So let's go ahead and see who's watching. See how long we've been on. And if you're watching this and somebody shared this with you, I want you to hit the like button. Just don't look at me. Don't just look at me. Hit the like button. Now, as you guys can see, this is a really smooth smoke, okay? This is very smooth. I only got choked up when Crystal called. I got choked up when Crystal called. But that's it. This is a real nice smoke, real smooth smoke. Let's see who is let's see who is watching, who's participating. Let's look at these numbers. And I want you guys, we have over 41 people watching. I need all of you guys to hit the like button, and we have 41 likes and we have 1 dislike. So thank you so much for the support. We are live. I'm answering your questions live on YouTube. 855, the number to call in is 855-756-6639. That's 855-756-6639. Give me a call and I'm answering your questions live. Now let's check in and see who is in the building. Who is in the building? We got, oh, so many of you guys have joined in. All right. Joyner T is in the building. Hey, Joyner, how are you doing? We got Kat Michigan is in the building. Hey, Kat, how are you doing? We got Nicola Cates is in the building. Says, hello, Dean. Hey, Nicola, how are you doing? Ray David gave me a call. I appreciate that, Ray. We got New York Trucker. Congratulations, Dean. Before you know it, you will be celebrating 10,000 subscribers. That is the goal, and I am excited, and I'm hoping for it. We're going on a cruise. We have a business cruise. It's called the Business and Pleasure Cruise. February, the week of Valentine's Day, guys. This is going to be a great time. I have 2 goals. One goal is to be 30 pounds lighter. I really want to say 50 pounds. Matter of fact, let me stop tripping. My goal is to be 50 pounds lighter by then, and then my second goal is to be at 10,000 subscribers. Now, I can't help the 10,000 subscriber thing, but I can help those 50 pounds. So I'm hoping to be there by the time February comes. So hopefully, we're at 10,000. New York Trucker. Hey, caller, what's your name and where you calling from? I see that California area code.
Hey, Dean, this is Ishmael. I signed up in your class. And
hey, Ishmael, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing extremely well. Assalamu alaikum. I have clients from all walks of life, people. Ishmael, how can I help you, my man? So you said you enrolled into the course. That's good stuff, Ish.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, since I started driving trucks, and I've been watching the guys, the other YouTubers vlogs, and I come across your vlog.
Yes, sir.
And since then, I've been watching, following you, and I think your programs are very inspirational and very positive.
Thank you.
And you're doing a really good job. I'm enrolled in the class. I have a couple of questions for you.
Yes, sir.
I haven't got too far in the class yet because I've been right now on my 32 hours research. So I have time to go through the courses.
Yes, sir.
But I have a question for you, Dean. I'm trying to build up basically 2 businesses. One, trucking, which my dad's gonna invest with me, and we're gonna buy more trucks and give it to drivers and all. And one of the other businesses that I'm interested in, and that I believe God put me in the position to come across you, man. 2 businesses that I wanted to do. One is trucking, and the other one is real estate.
Yes, sir.
And these are your specialties. And so, do you cover those in the course? Or is this? Can you give me just a little bit of information on how to get funded, how to start a business, how this thing works?
Yes, sir.
Start a business, establish an LLC for real estate, and get funded by the banks or private lenders.
Yes, sir. I sure.
Start that business and start get your foot in the door.
Yes, sir. I definitely can. Well, Ishmael, thank you so very much, sir. I really do appreciate it. I'm so glad that you find my information to be informative. I'm glad that that you are loving the information. So I will say this, Ishmael. Yes, you are able to build as many businesses as you want at the same time. My advice is to build one business at a time. So my advice to you is continue to build the trucking business, because that is your bread and butter. That's what you're able to have to come in right now. And the money from the trucking company, you can use that to fuel the real estate business. So now let me explain how you would do a real estate business. Now, what a lot of times people, they don't understand this, and it's okay because they don't know. What happens is that a real estate business is nothing but a regular business. Let me give you an example, Ishmael. You get approved for $50,000, right? You can either use that $50,000 to go and buy $50,000 worth of tires for your trucks, right? Or you can use that $50,000 to go and buy a truck by itself, right? Buy you a used, let's say you want to buy a used Freightliner or a used Kenworth. You can do that for $50,000, right? Or you can use that same $50,000 to go and buy a old reefer, an old refrigerated unit. You can do that as well, right? Or you can use $50,000 to go and buy a piece of property, like the young lady Crystal that called in. She bought a duplex for $50,000. Or you can use that same $50,000 to go and buy clothes if you want to start a clothing line. So I said all of that to say this. When you build your business the proper way, you're going to get funds to do whatever you want to do with. The banks don't care what you do with the funds. They only care that you pay back the funds. All right? So I said all of that to say is that when you're starting out, if you're wanting to do real estate, my suggestion is to start off by building a holding company. So what I would suggest, Ishmael, is I would make my holding company, if I were you, I would make it Ishmael Holdings. Or what's your last name, Ishmael?
Milabi.
Okay, or I'll make it Milabi Holdings, or Milabi Legacy Group, or Milabi INC. Make it something very general, something very basic. Say that again? Yep. So you would make it universal. Create that business. Get your EIN together. Get your LLC together. Get your business checking account. Get your business website. You're building a shell or a shelf corporation. You're building up the business. You don't need to have, like I said, for the first 2 tiers of funding, you don't need to have income. You can actually get up to $50,000 from FDIC insured lenders without having to verify income. There's something that's called the 524 rule. And the 524 rule, it says that you're able to get up to 5 different lending tools within 24 months from one lending institution. So in the executive coaching, I'm actually making it readily available, all the different credit unions. There's a total of 50 different credit unions that will give you up to $50,000 your first year. So think about that. So if you just went to 5 of them, 5 times 50 is $250,000. So you're able to build up to $250,000 to go and do whatever you want to do with it. So what you would want to do is you would want to do those things. Now, I do have a course that I did not finish. It is coming out. It's called The Power of Other People's Money. And it talks about how you're able to build up your business, and then you're able to use business credit, so that, and also you can use hard money lenders so that you can acquire the property. And then that's when I go into strategy on how you're able to get out of the property, how you're able to hold the property, how you're able to flip the property. But in the course, the same things that you're doing for your trucking company, Ishmael, you have to do the exact same things for your holding company. The only difference is that one company manages trucks, the other company manages properties. It's the exact same thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be a separate LLC for each, right?
Yes, sir. You want to be a separate LLC, especially for you. So, prime example, God forbid, Ishmael, God forbid,
Yeah.
your truck runs into this this dumb old lady. She see this big, huge truck driving. She's a four-wheeler. She cuts in the middle of the lane, God forbid, and now you have an accident, right? And they come and they sue. Now, if everything is under the trucking company, now let's say you have 7 pieces of real estate, that little old sweet old lady, her attorney, is going to come and try to get you to sell all 7 of those properties and to take your money because they're under the same business.
I see.
But if they're separate businesses, they cannot touch that. So that's why you want to have limited liability companies. Now, in the executive coaching, I talk about having what's called a hybrid LLC, which is a limited liability company that has the tax coding of an S corporation, so that you can get a lot of tax shelters like an S corp, but you're still protected. You have a limited liability. And that's why I teach LLC. I don't teach C corps and I don't teach INC in the course. The reason why other companies and other consultants and other gurus would teach that is because, yes, it is quote unquote easier from some lenders, not all lenders, but some lenders to get funding when you are incorporated and you can use tax benefits. But because I know the industry so well, I will tell you where to go as a limited liability company to get the exact same things, but you're protected overall for your business. Does that make sense, Ishmael?
Yes, sir. Totally makes sense.
Okay, awesome.
So, Dean, I have another question. So
Yes, sir.
So, in your other videos, I've seen that you were talking about how you can start your own business.
Yes, sir.
Not as an owner operator, but as a company driver.
Yes, sir.
Now, until you get to the point that you're going to become a owner operator.
Yes, sir.
So should I just follow the steps in the course to open the bank account, establish an LLC, and get the EIN number?
Yes.
And build up the website and the phone number and the address, the virtual address. Should I just do those steps? Just follow the course because I haven't got that far yet. So
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure.
Yes, sir.
The information you're providing in the course.
That's a very good question. Yes, sir. So when you get to each section of the course, then I strongly suggest that you do exactly what it teaches in that moment. Like, for instance, you're on a 32-hour reset. So now would be the time for you to go online. You're in California, so you would go online, do what you need to do for that section. Don't worry about it. You have access to the course for 12 months. You have access to the course for an entire year. So if you...
So I can go back and watch the videos
Yes, sir.
again, right?
Yes, sir, you do. You have access for the course for an entire 12 months. Yes, sir. So I don't want you to feel like you're rushed, and I want you to make sure that you have the best experience. So because you have a very demanding job and you're over the road, and I love the fact that you just explained that you just did the live Q&A, you're following the course on your reset, because I get clients that say, I'm an OTR trucker, I don't have time. And I tell them, you lie. You have time. You just choose not to. Exactly. Yes. You just choose not to. Like for me, I am a CEO. I'm a CEO. I'm an author. I'm a father. I'm a CEO. I'm an author. I'm a father. I'm a speaker. And I'm trying to lose weight. But at the same time, there are 24 hours in a day. And it is 12 o'clock at night, and I'm able to, and I'm a YouTuber. So I said all of that to say, you make time for the thing. Now, I could much rather be laid up with some chick right now, feeling on her booty because it's cold outside. I would love to do that. I could be out with my friends right now having a cigar at the cigar lounge, or I could be in front of the TV playing PlayStation, or I can be in the bed asleep. But I'm choosing to grow my business, and I'm choosing to grow my YouTube channel, and I'm choosing to be of value to you. So your life is based on the choices you make. You can either make excuses or you can make changes, but you cannot make both. And so I'm so glad that you said that you just did your 32-hour reset, because 90% of all the truckers that say that they don't have the time, they're lying. They're choosing not to make the time. So I'm very glad that you said that.
They don't want to fill the void.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I really appreciate that. Well, sir, you have a great day. Walaikum assalam, and I will talk with you later.
Thank you so much, Dean. I want to thank you for all the effort that you put in. Like I said, your program is very, inspirational. And if someone want to do something with his life, you're the key keeper for the gate. So
thank you.
I'm sure people that they're following you, they will benefit the way in the best way possible.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, Ishmael. Thank you so much. Make sure you share this and make sure that you continue to tell the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for all of the people that say, Dean's so racist, all he do is deal with black people, and he's so racist. I'll tell you, listen, remember, I am a real life man. So, yes, I am a black man. And I want economic empowerment to the African American community, which is why my next book is called Black Owned, How to Start and Grow a Successful Black Owned Business. At the same time, I'm a business consultant, and I help anybody that wants to be helped. It does not matter. And I am a diehard Christian, unapologetic Christian. At the same time, you can be Muslim, you can be atheist, you can be agnostic, you can be Hindu, you can be Buddhist, you can be a 5%er, you can be a Hebrew Israelite. All I care about is, do you want to be successful? That's it. I work with anybody that wants to be successful. So far, I've had a Caucasian gentleman call me from Canada. I've had a black queen call me from Atlanta. I had a black king call me from Tennessee. I've had a Muslim king just give me a call. It does not matter who you are. If you want to be successful, I'm going to help you be successful. Doesn't matter who you are. Black, white, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Haitian. My name is Fife Dog from the Zulu Nation. How many of my 80 babies know who that is? Shout out to A Tribe Called Quest. So I was in the process of going through these messages. So I'm going to answer some of these questions in the live chat. So listen, I'm taking your calls live on the air. 855-75-MONEY. That's 855-756-6639. Give me a call and I'm answering your questions because we hit 6,000 subscribers. So, Essie just joined. Hey, Essie, how are you doing today? Smooth Forever says, I'm happy I came. That's what I'm talking. This is good. Smooth Forever, thank you so much. Smooth Forever says, I'm happy I came across this video. I've been watching since the stream started. I can honestly say I'm learning a lot. Thank you so very much for that, Smooth Forever. I really appreciate you for that. Conscious Ether is in the building. Peace and prosperity, Conscious Ether. How are you doing? It says holding companies are great. Yes, holding companies are great, Conscious Ether. They are great. So give me a call, 855-75-MONEY. That's 855-756-6639. All right, so Whip Vision, WHP Vision says, I'm signing up soon. Awesome. I'm glad that you're going to be doing business with us. Money Mike Slick Will is in the building. Money Mike Slick Will says, OMG, great info, Dean. I like that name, Money Mike Slick Will. That's a real dope name. I like that, Money Mike Slick Will. That's a cool name. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody, make sure you hit that like button and hit that share button. All right, Conscious says, excellent advice. Thank you so much for that. All right, Alan Dantes is in the building. Hey, Alan, how are you doing today? So Alan says, can you get separate funding for multiple divisions of your primary business? So Alan, I just explained that, yes, you can, but I don't suggest that you do it. And I mean, I'm going to say it over and over again because, you know, it is cool. Look at the whole situation that happened with Kanika Jenkins. Look at the situation that happened with beautiful, young, sweet Kanika Jenkins. If you guys do not know who Kanika Jenkins is the young lady who was at a party with her friends in Chicago, and she took some drugs, and they did not do well with her body. She got extremely high. She wandered around the hotel, and she fell asleep in a deep freezer. It's an accidental death. But because that happened, every single business entity that's tied to that situation is now subject to lawsuits. So that being said, You can't control the things you can't control. Like, prime example, my goal is come January, when we hit this cruise, I am going to be on the beach shirtless. I'm going to be on the beach shirtless. Now, if I'm a big belly rude boy, or if I got a 4-pack or a 6-pack, I'm still going to be on the beach shirtless. But right now, I'm a big belly rude boy. But my goal is to be 50 pounds lighter come February when we do the cruise. I'll be satisfied with 30, but I really, really, really want to hit 50 pounds lighter. I'm going to start my 50-pound journey weight loss, 50-pound weight loss journey. I'll be starting that. I am going to New York after I go. I'm starting my journey actually this week. I've already started my journey. I'm going to New York. I'm meeting with some individuals in the conscious community. We're putting together an event on New Year's Eve. So we're having a New Year's Eve lecture about financial freedom. We're doing that in New York. So I have to go to New York to meet with some holding companies that actually do provide funding. I'll also be meeting with some individuals that are in the conscious community that's participating with me. I'm not saying who they are yet. Not quite yet. Even though I know that we are good to go, I'm still just going to wait to make sure that all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted, because I'm a businessman, you dig. I am going to be looking at the facilities where we're holding our lecture. And then I'm going to New York. I'm New Orleans, so I'm leaving from New York. Then I'm going to New Orleans to see my precious, see my honey bunny. I miss my baby. And then I'll be back here in Atlanta. So I'm about to be gone for another 2 weeks. So I'm starting my journey now, creating my habits now. I've dropped my calorie intake. I'm excited about that. I went grocery shopping and spent $200 on fruits, vegetables, smoothies, yogurt, and seafood. When I'm done with this, because this is my lifestyle, you know, it is what it is. Some people work 8 hours, other people work 16. When I'm done with this, I'm going to eat some sauteed shrimp, and I'll be done for the day. So let's go ahead and see some more of these questions. I don't even know what time it is. I'm just going to this cigar. Now, we had a Presidente cigar, so this cigar is going. So I don't even know how long we've been going for. I'm just going and answering your questions as long as we are taking calls, and as long as this cigar is going, because this is Cigar with the CEO. Answering your questions live. So let's see. All right, that's good stuff. 48 people are watching. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that share button and hit that like button. And if you're watching this on the replay and you're watching this on Facebook, thank you so much for watching. And if you wanted to be a part of this, there is a link up here that will take you to my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe and hit the bell, so the next time I'm live like this, you can call in. You don't have to be, like for instance, Ray David, he said that, he's building his credit, he's building everything. Ray David is all the way in Canada. He's not enrolled into my course. He's getting success. I have a video testimonial from 2 clients that they did one-on-one consultations with me, and they said, Dean, I got X, Y, and Z far. I have one person who does real estate, surprisingly, and I just have to drop the video testimonial. And he said that his score went up like a couple hundred points just by watching the stuff on YouTube. So if you're watching this on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching this on the replay, subscribe to my YouTube channel, so the next time we hit another milestone and I do a Cigar with the CEO and I'm taking your calls live, you can actually call me in. If you don't want to do the $150 an hour consultation, and or if you're not ready to enroll into the course but you want to do a consultation, this is how you would do it. So let's see some of these questions. Candy's dandy, but liquor's quicker. Ray David says, Dean, thank you so much for the live. Really enjoyed speaking with you. I appreciate you, Ray. I thank you so much. I enjoy speaking with you as well, my man. I really appreciate you, Ray. So let's see who else is chiming in. All right, so Alan Daniel says, I'm often imitated, but you can't duplicate it. That's right. I'm often imitated, but never duplicated. You're the best in business coaching. Thank you so very much for that. That's Alan says that. I really appreciate that. Listen, I'm internationally known, locally respected. Often duplicated, but never replicated. If you didn't know, you better ask somebody. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. That made me laugh. That's good stuff. So Chuck is in the building. Chuck Henley says, tell me something, Dean. If you have the credit that PG, can you also get business credit with the Paydex score? Yes, Chuck. That's a very good question. So Chuck Henley asked, yes, Chuck, if you already have your business credit, and if you already have personal credit with the personal guarantee and you want to build your business credit, you can build your business credit so that you can separate yourself from that. You definitely can. Caller, thank you so much for calling. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Bernard. I'm calling right outside of Vancouver, British Columbia. How you doing there, brother?
I am winning, Bernard. How are you feeling, my man? Thanks so much for calling.
And I'm doing good, doing good. Had a question.
Yes, sir.
You be able to help me, actually. I sent you a message a couple of times. Was supposed to talk, but here still. I've been incorporated for like 8 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I had a situation go on. I had I'm a truck driver.
Okay.
Got my own couple of trucks. Had a transmission go out in the truck whatsoever. Paid for the truck, but the service wasn't necessarily done correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Had been already paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Had canceled payment, went somewhere else, had to get it financed to finish getting paid whatsoever. They went charged back to that account,
Mm-hmm.
and it put me negative on my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying to figure out exactly how should I go about handling this. Now I already had another corporation set up, so I was actually working out of that one.
Okay.
But with the original corporation, how would I go about
Fixing that?
straightening that situation, cleaning that situation up? Because I want to get that situation straightened up as quick as possible. So I'm just trying to see how I go about doing it. Going speaking with the bank has been kind of difficult. Nobody's really been clear about it.
Yeah. So basically, the reason why they're not clear about it because they was like, well, you got to pay it. So how much do you owe for that?
It's $4,500.
Okay, it's only $4,500. How you said it's been for 8 years?
Yes.
All right. Let me ask you this question. How many trucks do you own right now? How many trucks you say you own?
4.
And are they in the new corporation or the old corporation?
They're in the new corporation.
How old is the new corporation with the 4 trucks?
About 3 years.
Okay. And so you're wanting to do the old one now. Let me ask you this question. Have you been paying your annual dues for that corporation that's 8 years old?
Well, that's for the one 8 years. No, I got to get caught up with the I think that's like $246, like $800 or whatsoever.
Oh no, it's gonna be a little bit more than that. So you are in you're in Georgia. You're out of Georgia, or you're out of
Georgia.
You're out of Georgia. So you're in okay. So for every filing year, you want me to put? Do you mind if I pull it up? I want to look. I want to see specifics. Is that all right?
No problem. Yep, no problem.
Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Let me see specifics. All right, and what is the business name?
It's Atlanta, Alaska.
Atlanta, Alaska. All right.
Correct.
Now, one thing about it in Georgia, depending on what this says, it might not even be an option for you. If it has been completely dissolved, let's see if it's been dissolved. Atlanta, Alaska.
Yeah, I'm on the surface now, but
Okay, yeah. I just want to double check. I have to give out, like you said, give out the best information. It says admin dissolved. Let me make sure this is the right one. Atlanta, Alaska Express. It was formed in 2015. Your old business address was 245 North Highland Avenue, Suite 290.
it was actually Yeah. It's showing it's dissolved.
It's showing that it's dissolved. It's not even showing that it's inactive. It's showing that it's dissolved. So at this particular point, my advice to you would be to continue to do the great job that you're doing with your new company, and everything that you learned from Atlanta Express, take all that energy and effort into learning and applying it to your new corporation. So ladies, let me use this as an opportunity to teach. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why business credit is so very important. This gentleman is a millionaire. You have 4 trucks. Technically, you're considered a millionaire because the average gross from each truck is $250,000 on average. How long have you had your 4 trucks?
It's been like 4 years now.
Okay, and what do you normally gross? What?
Atlanta, because they switched around Atlanta. That actually in 2015 is when they switched it. It was actually switched around, but it was crazy. I got some crazy financial advice. We'll talk about that another time. But I got some crazy financial advice. They switched it around. It was a bit of a mess. You know what I mean? But what was the question? You said, what am I
grossing right now? On all 4 of your trucks.
Well, I do a little. I'm a bit of a niche in what I do, because I usually, do a lot of Canada, a lot of Alaska. That go into the
so you international. So you go international.
International. So my truck revenue grows anywhere from 280, 315, depending on what they're doing, because we do over dimension, oversized.
That's 200 and that's 280 a piece, correct?
Correct.
So that means that you are grossing $1,120,000. That's gross.
That's on the low end. Usually,
that's on the low end.
It's more, just more like 310, 315.
I'm using this as an opportunity to teach, because this is the reason why I do what I do and why I love the trucking industry. This black man is a millionaire. He grosses. Now, I understand we play the shell game and everything. I get that. But at the exact same time, he grosses on the low end $1,120,000. On the low end with 4 trucks. 4. That's it. On the low end. On the high end, he's doing around $1.5 million. He is a millionaire. Millionaire trucking is something that is very, very real. Very real. And I'm saying this because there's a young man that's watching me right now that is tired of going through the rat race. There is somebody that's watching right now. They living off their baby mama. Somebody that's watching right now, they got an older chick that they dealing with just to keep them on their feet. Listen, if you are a capital M-A-N and you stand on your own feet, you stand 10 toes down, you go get your CDL, and this can be you in a year's time. He did this in 3 years. Now this is the other caveat. He did this in 3 years after his old business. He made a mistake, and it's not his fault. He just, like I said, in our culture, we're educated by uneducated people, right? You said you got some bad advice from somebody, right?
Treasonous advice, brother.
Treasonous advice. He got horrible treasonous advice. So we are educated by uneducated people. Now, if you're watching this on Facebook, I want you to tag somebody right now that you know. Right now below, even though this isn't live, I still want you to tag somebody right now who you know that might be depressed. They might be going through a cycle. They don't know what they're going to do with their life. They are robbing Peter to pay Paul. You will be surprised at the resources that are available if you get out and go get it. So now this is very key. He has $1 million business after messing up another business because he had treasonous advice. So I said all of that to say this: you need to build your business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit, because his business account got messed up from one business, but his current business, he's okay. That's why I teach this. Listen, when it comes to credit, credit can always be repaired, it can be restored, and it can be rebuilt, just like this gentleman has. So my advice to you is to continue doing what you're doing with your current business. Continue to leverage what you're doing with your current business. Build your business credit for this business. If you are now, what was the reason for you wanting to clear up that old thing? Do you want to start another entity? You want to start another business, another venture?
Well, actually, of course, but I was, I just don't like, having it out there. And
I understand.
I was actually planning on getting into some real estate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start another entity, and I hadn't done it. So I was curious about,
being able to take that one.
You know what I mean? If I go to start up another corporation, would that be an issue?
Well, no, that won't be an issue because you're doing the right way. So you're going to build that entity by itself, completely separate from your current trucks, completely separate from your current business, completely separate from your personal credit. Build up that separate entity, and then you'll be able to go. You'll be good to go, so that you can build that up, and so that dissolution, that business is dead. You don't have to worry about it coming back to hurt you. It will not hurt you. See, this is the reason why Donald Trump, everybody talks about Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. Donald Trump messed up $1 million. His daddy gave him. Donald Trump done filed bankruptcy, not Donald Trump the man, but Donald Trump the brand. Each individual business has filed bankruptcy 9 times. 9 times.
Yes.
Now, I'm glad that you, Bernard, I'm glad that you didn't file bankruptcy, but you could have filed bankruptcy on that business and then do what you already did when it started a brand new another business. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, 4 trucks. I have lenders that will give you as many trucks. They don't care. They just want you to make sure you can pay for it. There's lenders that will give they'll give you a new truck every 3 months. It's possible.
Exactly. Well, I've been doing this for right at 16 years, and my credit is fairly decent. I got a real good reputation. I done paid off a couple trucks in my time.
That's good stuff. Yes, sir.
Paid off a couple. So at this point, of course, I'm saying I'm growing, but I'm looking to get into real estate also. You know what I mean? Just to diversify a little bit, to give myself a little bit more.
Give you
some. Speaking a few minutes ago about leverage.
Leverage, yes, sir. More leverage and more of a retirement plan too. More of a retirement plan.
Exactly.
So that way you can have your trucks be filled up, have somebody else running your trucks, and you managing your real estate company. You sitting back like a fat cat.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
All right, man. Well, it's been a beautiful thing, man. You keep on doing what you're doing, man. It's wonderful you out here, man. I stay on you all the time. I'm always watching you, and I am in your course too. So
that's great. Well, I really appreciate it, Bernard. Thank you so much for enrolling, my man. And let's build up that real estate venture. Continue doing what you're doing with your trucking company. I'm very proud of you. And I'm glad that you're enrolled into the course. So, and the cool thing about it is, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to network with these type of people, enroll into the course. Bernard, I don't know if you're single or not. Are you single?
Bro, I'm married, man.
He's married.
8 years.
8 years. See, that's good. See, listen, let me tell you something else. Notice something else. Bernard been married 8 years. His business has been thriving for 3 years. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and he obtains favor from the Lord. That man is focused. He ain't out here chasing other women. He got one woman he can put his time, his energy, and his effort in, and they can build and grow together. So that's phenomenal. So these are the type of people that are enrolled into my course. And the cool thing is you get to network with these individuals.
Actually, it's a little crazier than that. My business been doing pretty good
before she came on.
But I was doing pretty good. Actually, it's been more like 11 years.
11 years. Okay, that's good.
11 years.
You know what? And Bernard, they tell me that too, man, because I mean, people might see me. I might take a trip with some pretty young thing, and next week I might take another trip with a different pretty young thing. I might go out to dinner with another pretty young thing. But I really don't date. I got friends, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might see me. This one person told me, he said, Dean, your life is like a movie. He said, every time I turn around, you somewhere and there's some chick in the background and their voice never sound the same and they never look the same and you never show them. You always show their hand or their leg or something. But I said all of that to say this. I would much rather have a situation like Bernard, have one woman I can dedicate and be effective with. And I said all of that to say this, Bernard, people tell me the same thing, that I just need to continue focusing on growing my business, growing my brand, and eventually she gonna come. I ain't looking for anyone, I'm looking for the right one that can help me do it. And you in Atlanta, Georgia, so you know what it is. You know what it's like. Even though you've been married, you know what it's like.
Bro, I ain't got all that out my system early, man, and I'm gonna tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
You find one thing, you gotta find the good one, the right kind of
yes, good one. The right kind of good one.
Then after that, then you can move forward.
Listen. Listen to me. Listen to me. I can talk about this now because I already got a court date set. But dude, I just had to pay $2,000 to do something with my daughter that is like the stupidest, smallest thing that a human being should be able to do. So like when people talk, like my heart goes out to Tyrese. You see the situation with Tyrese? That stuff be real, man. Listen.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, I got buddies who cry just like that.
Yep.
Just like Tyrese.
Yep.
It's that bad, man.
It's bad. It is bad, man.
A lot of people think, well, you make more money, it's easy. No, but it gets tougher, man.
It gets tougher.
Of course, do not look, boy.
They don't like.
Man.
And see this, so this is about to make some people uncomfortable, but Bernard, you know, I'm the CEO, so if they don't like it, they ain't got to do business with me. The American system is not designed for the African American man. It is not.
No, it is not.
It is not. Look at what happened with Meek Mill. Meek Mill is not going to see the light of day for 2 years. They don't care if you are a millionaire. They don't care if you're popular.
Nope.
They see you as a black man, so you ain't nothing but a high-paid slave.
They build their careers off of stuff like that.
They do.
They build their careers off of the back of that. To be able to go back and say, hey, this person, I did this to this person.
Yep.
My resume is established, and they look at that, man. They got careers behind that.
They do.
I got buddies, man. Man, it gets sad.
It does.
You have to spend a fortune in
legal fees.
Attorney.
Yep.
And, heaven forbid you live in California.
I know. Listen. Listen, let me tell you something. My ex-wife, when I was married, my ex-wife is from California. She a pretty LA girl. And when we was going through our issues,
my wife is from California. Okay.
when we was going through our issues, my ex-wife, she took my baby. She was a little bit older than that. We separated and she went to California. And then I went and got my big house. Yes. I got my big house in South Atlanta. Like the reason why I'm looking for a certain type of house is because I'm believing God that He gives me what I had and more. Before I went through my divorce, I owned a mortgage company, which is why I know what I know about banking and finance. I owned a mortgage company. I was doing extremely well, and I had a 6-bedroom house, South Fulton, full finished basement. I had a movie theater in my basement. It was just beautiful. It's like 4,500 square feet. And I got that house when my ex-wife was in California, and I kept telling her to come back.
Oh God.
Yes, and I kept telling her to come back. I wasn't telling her to come back because I wanted to work on it. I was telling her to come back so as soon as she got back in Georgia, I could file for divorce in Georgia because I was not going to have, because California would have raped me. I wouldn't be walking straight to this day. It's been 7 years later. So yes.
Splitting half of that house in half and sending it over to California.
Listen, yep. But and so this is cool. So you had a situation that happened with you and you made a mistake. I was so depressed, Bernard. I lost all of that. My mortgage company went under. That shut down. That big beautiful house shut down. I had to stay in transitional housing. I was depressed. And so when people see me now and they was like, Dean, you're so flashy. You got watches on arms and rings on finger. Every time I turn around, you got on something nice. You want to know why? Because I deserve it. Because you don't know where I come from. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it is the grace of Jehovah God, Hamdu Allah, that I have what I have. So I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't care what anybody says. It is.
I've been there too, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's a part of it, though.
It is.
Part of when you start making the money.
It's
you
true.
Go all the way up, and you
come all the way down. Mm-hmm.
Again, treasonous decision, bro.
Yes, sir.
And it happens. But, everybody I know who kind of got to a certain point, they did the same story. You go up, you come down, you rebuild, and you be better than you were last time.
That is so very true.
But, yeah, hey, brother, you stay on top of it, man.
Thank you.
We'll be meeting up.
We will.
Hey, we living in Atlanta, man. Eventually we'll be crossing paths, man. You'll see me, man. I'm in your course.
Yes, we will.
You just keep doing what you're doing, man. It's beautiful to have you out there, brother.
Thank you, Bernard. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support, man. Thank you so much. That was a great call, man. And on that note, guys, I am going to call it a day. That was a great call. You can't get no much better call than that. So that was good. That was it. Great call. And it's true. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether it makes you uncomfortable, you know, it is what it is. But the fact of the matter is that the system is not designed for black men. It is not. That system is not designed for black men, but the system that is designed for black men is this federal system. Let me help you guys understand something. It is the grace of Jehovah God. I got to raise my hand to him. It's very real that I'm not a felon. Because when you are a felon, you are a slave. They make you a slave. And that's why I have something I'm working on. And I was talking about it. I'm creating a course specifically for the felon. It's called Financial Freedom for Felons. Because you need to know how to position yourself so that they cannot come and try to get you again like they did with Meek Mill. Meek Mill is a multi-millionaire. And yes, people say, well, you shouldn't have been fighting. No, he shouldn't have been fighting. At the same time, you're going to give this man 2 years for charges that are dropped. It's not like he got arrested and then convicted and charged. He got in situations where he got into a fight. The charges were dropped because it was self-defense. He got a situation where he violated his probation because he was out working. And I said all of that to say this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. The system is not designed for us. Watch 13. Watch 13. You have to watch 13 because of the 13th Amendment. The system is designed to keep the black man in slavery. When they made us quote unquote free, they also put in a clause that says that if you are a felon or a ward of the state, you lose your freedom. So even in 2017, Meek Mill is not free. He's a slave. He's about to go into slavery for 2 years. Multi-millionaire. And that's the reason why I want to encourage all of you guys to do the right thing, position yourself to prosper. The only person stopping you from being successful is you. That was a great call. Bernard made a mistake. He messed up a business. And he's still he's a multi-millionaire. Legally on paper. And I know, you know, we play the tax game and what we net and all the other stuff. But if he just wanted to ball out of control and buy a subdivision or buy a mall, 1 year of claiming his real income, he has $1.5 million worth of income he can claim that 1 year. Don't do the tax shelters game. Show that income. Then turn around and buy that property. Then turn around and all that tax that he had to quote unquote pay, do tax shelters and tax credit to take it away. When you know better, you do better. You can do those things. So I said all of that to say this, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I teach what I teach to the African American community. So if you are Caucasian and it makes you feel uncomfortable, shame on you. If you are Asian and it makes you feel uncomfortable, shame on you. If you're Latino and it makes you feel uncomfortable, shame on you. But as you can see, I have clients from all walks of life. I have viewers from all walks of life. Ray David's not even a client of mine. He's a Caucasian gentleman in Canada, from all walks of life. I want to help anybody that wants to be helped. It doesn't matter who you are. At the exact same time, it is my job to teach and educate and empower these young men and these young women so that they know that it's possible. And if you're watching this on Facebook, I want you to share this, tag somebody you know right now that could need this checkup from the neck up. They need to see that it's possible. That black man as a whole is depressed. We are depressed as a whole. It doesn't mean every single black man is depressed, but it does mean that the things that we deal with, the average other culture don't deal with. And then, unfortunately, the black man uses white supremacy. The black woman uses white supremacy against the black man. I did a post on Facebook that caused a whole bunch of uproar where people were like, I said, it bothers me. It really bothers me. It irritates the black off my back. I hate the way that the black woman as a whole, and I will stand 10 toes down and say as a whole, war against the black man. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. I heard Muhammad Ali do a great example of what I mean by this. If you see a whole bunch of snakes slithering down the path, these are poisonous snakes that are slithering down the path that are coming towards you. As a whole, those are dangerous poisonous snakes. Now let's say out of those 20 snakes, let's say 5 of them, they don't intend on biting you. But as a whole, those poisonous snakes intend on biting you. So those snakes as a whole are dangerous. So that's why I say black women as a whole, they war against the black man. It is very rare that you find a black woman that doesn't. And if you do, you hold on to it like you hold on to your next breath. It just is what it is. So I said all of that to say this. We need to do better, which is why I do what I do. Why it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm about to go and eat. And I probably ain't going to go. I've been going to sleep around 2 o'clock in the morning anyway. I was telling my workout partner, a friend of mine, a black queen, who she and I was talking about it. She said she felt some type of way when she saw my post, and she sees both sides of it. But I was telling her that I'm just going to start working out at night to hit my goals, because for some reason I just cannot sleep. You guys saw I went to my new favorite spot, crab spot. Oh my gosh, their seafood is off the chain at the crab spot. They stay open till 2 o'clock in the morning, and y'all saw that I went there and had a real nice seafood feast or whatnot, because I could not sleep. So I said all of that to say this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have to do better. Thank you so much for watching. All 6,000, let's see how many subscribers we have. We started out with, let's see, I don't think anybody subscribed during this live feed, but let's see what we had. Yeah, I think 5 people subscribed. So all 6,000, I think was 5 people, but I don't know. But I just want to thank all 6,015 subscribers. 6,115 subscribers. I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you guys more than you guys know. Listen, the only person stopping you from being successful is you. Every closed eye ain't sleep, and every sleep eye ain't closed. Stay woke. Go get them. Success is waiting for you.